Hey YouTube, Treadmill1106 coming right back at you with another review for Mary Mary Season 1, Episode 10. This is the season finale. Disappointed? I say disappointing because this was the least interested episode out of the 10 that I've seen. Just that they didn't go out with a bang. I think the bang would have last week's episode should have been the season finale when she had the baby. Or even when they went on the sister retreat. I mean, although even the one that I said that was boring, it still feel like it was still more interesting than this one. I mean, this one seemed like it was a filler, put it like that. I'm not going to say just I couldn't watch it because I could, but it just seemed like a filler. Let's get to it. This episode starts off with Erika coming home from the hospital with her new baby and Warren's picking her up. So Warren has this tradition where he dressed up in a suit. I think it was a bow tie. He's been doing that with all his children. He picked them up in style so they can come home and see their daddy all dressed up. I wasn't sure how early she was, but she was 2 weeks early. And that's kind of ironic that she wanted to have the baby 2 weeks early and she had the baby 2 weeks early. Erika, what did you really do, girl? As it was conveniently done, Erika is now able to perform. Find out the Grammys want them to sing another song. They're requesting them not to sing one of their songs. Now they were thinking we can sing one of the songs that are nominated. They are being nominated for Best Gospel Song, Sitting With Me, and Best Group Album, Something Big. So they decided to pass on that, you know, like Warren was saying, every opportunity that comes is not necessarily one that they have to take. And I guess seeing that they are trying to push and promote Go Get It, that this, you know, wouldn't be, you know, in the best interest as far as what they're trying to do this year. So they passed on the Grammys, but they are going to be in attendance. They are going to be on the red carpet, and they are very hopeful that they win two of the awards they're nominated for. As they're going to pass on the Grammys, Mitch has this really big idea and says, hey, he's there's a showcase public premiere that he would like them to take advantage of. The Grammys is in LA. That's where they are. So while all the media, all the fans, all the industry people are already there in LA, this would be a great opportunity for them to perform their song Go Get It. And that is a great opportunity. That is a great idea that Mitch had. I guess that's why he wears the hat of the manager. I mean, he has his times of just being like this kind of that bullhead, career mind, management, you know, guy, you know, where he's like, no matter how you felt or feel as far as your health, let's see if we can do one show instead of 6. But he is great at making sure that the opportunities are there. He likes to go and get it and bring it to them and then let them just all decide together because he got to eat too. So now the Grammy is coming very near and they have to be styled. So they're using the new stylist that Mitch found, and she didn't know their style. She didn't really know their image, their sizes, their figure, or even their flaws. You know, she didn't know anything. She just picked some dresses, and they looked at the dresses like, that's not going to work. This will have everything out, because, you know, they are very shapely and curvy. And she did not pick the right style for them. If they wore the things that she wore, although it probably looked okay, but once they put their bodies in there, it was probably going to look totally different. So they was like, look, Mitch, what are you doing? We only have 2 days, you know, for the Grammys. So Mitch was like, well, what are the other things that you have? And she's like, well, this is it. This is all I have. And Oh my God. I was laughing so hard because he has to eat those words he gave to Goo. So now, right on the spot, he knew what he had to do. You gotta call Goo. You gotta get Goo to come and style us. So he calls and calls and calls Goo, and she's not answering the phone. And he's had the feeling like she's ignoring my call because she's still upset. She's still mad, you know. So they say, so then he said, Erika, you call. And when she answered, you give me the phone. You know, if she answered, the first ring, Goo answers. And she was like, Goo, we need you. We need you. She said, but someone wants to talk to you. So Goo and Mitch talked. Man, she was playing hard to get. She was playing hardball. And wait a minute. Why every time when they call Goo, she always says, they say, what are you doing? I'm shopping for a client. I think that's code for I'm not doing nothing but eating some chips, sitting on the couch. But I ain't going to tell you that I'm not doing anything. So anyway, Mitch pleads, Mitch begs, he eat his word, he apologized. He go the whole 9 yards and trying to get Goo to come. And I know deep inside, even from the beginning, she was going to come. Because that's kind of seemed like how she always do. But she ended up saying, okay, I'll be right there. Goo came right there. And I mean, like in one of the episodes before, I was saying, yeah, I can understand how Goo feel. But I can understand how Mitch feels as far as her being a sister and it's not being as professional. But look at this. Although this wouldn't have never happened if they wouldn't have tried to get a new stylist. But other things could have come up. And Goo is right there. And like she said, who's going to be there for them at 2 or 3 in the morning? Nobody. Anyway, Goo comes in and she get all the information she need, and she basically saves the day. And I must say, she dressed them well. They did a lot of trying on clothes, and some of them look really funny. Some of them were okay, but what they actually chose was very fitting for both of them. So you got to know Tina is protruding because she's 3.5 months pregnant. And Erika still has some baby weight left on her. Not much. She still has some baby weight left on her. So those outfits that they chose for each Mary were very, showed the right curves and everything and hid everything else well. So they look really good. Later it shows them going to rehearsal for the showcase coming up after the Grammys. And man, they have not performed in 3 months, and they just was having a hard time like with their pitch, their tune, and not to mention Tina was running out of breath, you know, doing her singing. So they're really worried on how this is going to turn out. So, and now that it's crunch time like that, they're becoming very stressed and irritable. Struggling trying to sound Grammy Day. So Grammy Day came. Erika is having separation anxiety as far as leaving her newborn baby. She's only 2 weeks old and she is quite adorable. After she leave her baby, while they go head straight over to makeup. And while they're in makeup, Tina and Erika are bickering, arguing, just irritated with each other. So they bring up the fact that Warren is late. Now Warren, he did go to another event to support a friend of his. And he's part of their show, like he plays an instrument, you know, in their performance. So Tina was making a big deal like, you know, when I'm late, you always have something to say. But now that your husband is late, you don't have anything to say. And I'm looking like, okay, I feel you, Tina. You know, it's like a double standard there. That is her husband, you are her sister. She comes on you so hard when you're late. And her husband late, she's like, well, he got something to do, you know. He got something to do. So they're going back and forth. And I think a lot, well, I don't think, I mean, they said it in the confessionals that because they are so worried about what this performance is going to sound like, they are very, very stressed. So they just taking it out on each other. And it was the same little scene last episode with their two daughters. It was just, it was really, really bad the way they were going back and forth with each other. And I didn't like what Erika said. I think she took it too far, and which is really surprising, because normally it's Tina the one to take it too far, but it was Erika. She said, no, what Tina was saying, well, maybe we should get separate cars so we can make it to the Grammys on time. He can come by himself because we all don't have to be late. Something like that. And she said, and so she's going in on Warren, and then Erika says, if it wasn't for Warren, you wouldn't have a career. Now, I think she took it too far. And she may be right, or she may not be right, because although I said that Erika has the better voice, Tina definitely has a beautiful voice as well. So who's to say what Tina could have became? And I just didn't like the way she brought that up like that. It was like that argument was not worth that for her to go that deep into it. So I was a little disappointed in Erika on that she let Tina or the stress get her that far where she went down to a level beneath her, because she's usually the one that thinks with reason, and it was kind of a different look for her. She was acting like the mood lightened up a little bit when Goo came in with the $500,000 worth of diamonds, and the diamonds consist of jewelry. It was really pretty. They did show some pictures of them. I felt like, wow, that's beautiful. But you know how they all get glammed up for the Grammys, so basically they were responsible for that jewelry, but it wasn't their jewelry. Red carpet. So they show up at the Grammys. They look gorgeous. They really did. The jewelry and everything, and like I said, the dresses complimented their figures and everything. They look really, really, really nice. I want to say, you go, Goo. You go. You did it this time, because they look fabulous. They wasn't just cute. They were extraordinary. Now at the Grammys, they did not win those awards. They did not win either one of those awards, but they're staying very hopeful for next year, and hopefully they can get one for Go Get It. After the Grammys, Tina and Teddy go on a private jet. This was Tina's surprise to Teddy, and take him to Vegas. And he was really, really excited. He didn't know where they were going. They were on a jet, and when he looked out as they were, I guess, about to land, he see all the lights and see it was Vegas. So he was like, man, this is great. He said, my wife really listened to me. Really, Teddy? You cried out for attention, and now you want to act like, wow, she really listened. I mean, it's like, sure, you basically, dang, we had the divorce papers in her hand. Maybe I took that a little bit too far, but he was crying out a little bit too hard. But I guess he did what he had to do, and just like a baby, they get what they want. So needless to say, Tina come back from Vegas very tired, because, they was doing whatever they need to do and hanging out, having fun. And at the same time, back home, Erika is tired because the baby is the newborn. She's up, middle of the night. And even with this said, they have to go and rehearse for the showcase again. Basically, they had to do a sound check, and there is no energy between the two, especially Tina. And you can imagine Tina, well, both of them. She just had a baby, and Tina is 3.5 months pregnant. So she's really probably sluggish bone. Then that sluggish turned into irritation, which is turned into stress. And they're already stressed out, so this is just adding on to what's already there. The sound check went horrible. Nothing was coming out right. The sound wasn't. Everything was still constantly bickering and arguing. So it was then they decided to lean on prayer and say this is going to take a prayer and basically a miracle to have a successful performance, because nothing is sounding right. Being their first performance for Go Get It, You know, it's really not looking good. But they got God on their side, and as long as they try to put forth the effort, hopefully things will work out for them. Mitch, he is worried to death. He's like, oh my God, because this is their first public performance of the song. So basically it can make it or it can break it. Now Sony already is on board, but they gotta, you know, do the work. Sony gonna push the money. They gotta do the work. So you coming on trying to do your first premiere of this song and this don't have any energy, how do you think it's gonna come off to us? You know, the fans, the public. So how the episode ended, they were backstage getting ready to perform. And they're getting, doing the final touches and the makeup and getting everything all right. Still stressed and still arguing. Tina began being picky about her wardrobe and her hair and how she want her ponytail to lay, and she want to hide this and hide that. And I mean, it was like she was just prolonged. She was just coming up with anything to have an attitude about, which is not really hard for Tina. It just seems that she wasn't focusing. And Erika, she looked really nervous as well. Although she was, you know, glammed up and ready, but you could tell on her face she was nervous. You know, and like Warren said in the other episode, you could be nervous before stage, but not while you're on stage. So I'm hoping like, okay guys, y'all gotta get it together before y'all step on that stage. So they step on stage, and through the grace of God, God gave them the energy. Now Tina was probably more sluggish than Erika, but she killed it. They killed it. They really did. And the reason why I say Tina did, because she was really the one that seems more irritated and more tight. They did it big. They got a great response. Their family was out in the audience. Everyone loved their performance. They loved the song. Energy just came out of nowhere. I mean, they was at the point where they was, I guess, trying to finish up the song, but the crowd wanted more, so they had to keep giving them more. And it was times when, I don't know if this was part of the performance, but Tina would say, you know, bam, break it down, and she would do like talking about, you know, talking the song out in other words. I mean, they really sound good. I really, really like this song. I know that's what they were trying to do for the season premiere, is promote this song, basically. But I am trying to make this episode seem more interesting than it really was. It's really, really hard, because it really was some clips they had filed away on their external hard drive somewhere, and they just put the clips together to make an episode, but it shouldn't have been the season finale one. I mean, the performance of Go Get It, I guess that, because that was their first performance of that song, so I guess that was the big wow, you know, in the episode. So YouTube, this is all I have. Thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And I look forward to reviewing season 2 of Mary. I'd just like to say, which I did make a comment on one of my other videos, that Mary display a portion of their lives for our view. So with that, that makes it up for discussions are merely speculations. So we only go by the edited portion that they allow us to view. So it's really for entertainment purposes. Really just my opinion, and yours as well. And if you respect mine, I respect yours. So thanks again for watching. Trim1106. Please check out my other videos, as well as I'll be making future videos very, very soon. Until next time, thank you. Bye-bye.